name is Dr. Shahnawaz Sajid. I am president in Macter International. First of all, I welcome you all of them. So learning something, we will learn to each other. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic, which is leveraging the technology. When we talk about technology, what does it mean and how we can implement in any industry? As we are working in the pharma industry, it is the most regulated industry, where whatever we have to do, it has to be regulated. And by leveraging the technology, what we can get it in pharma. Why we'll invest in technology in the pharma? Because other industry people are working and they are not implementing, adopting the technology. The way, if we adopt the technology in pharmaceutical, you can make it your dossier faster approval. You can have access to medicine. You can produce quality, safety, and efficacy medicine. Why it can be linked together? As I've been experienced to working in US FDA environment for 8 years, filed lot of ANDAs and DMF and approval of US FDA and PICS. The most important part of having a FDA approved plant or PICS plant and filing ANDAs in US is the use of technology. Because once you have a technology, your data integrity, you can easily accommodate it. Otherwise, whenever any inspector come or you will file your dossier, they will ask that which technology you are using it. The second thing, which is very, very important for our industry, especially in Pakistan, because we have lot of benefit of patent. We don't comply the patent, and if we fight of India as a neighboring country across the globe, so we always have a edge for early entry of 1 to 2 years before India because of the patent thing. Only Bangladesh and Pakistan have that leverage. But without having the technology, we always lose this game also. So that in US FDA, whenever you submit the ANDAs, they have a goal date. So once you file your submission, each and every aspect. If they have a query, immediately they ask and you have to be resolved it. So if we use technology in our manufacturing, in our DRAP, in our R&D, in our each and every aspect, our approval time will be shortened and the access to medicine to patient will be a very faster way. We are very fortunate here that we have a very diverse panelist here, not only from industry, it's also for consultancy as well as for research institute. So I would like to introduce my panelist. The first panelist is a very renowned person, Dr. Munir Anwar Saab. He has been experienced working not is multinational as well as national company, and he has the same experience like me, like in national as well as internationally. My second panelist is Dr. Sayyida Rima. She also has a very, very good experience working not in a Pakistan industry as well as she associated with the WHO and USP and other forums also. So she is doing consultancy with these big forums. And the third panelist is Professor Dr. Raza. He is working, leading with one of the prestigious research institute of Pakistan, who are working on the R&D, which is a very weak link of Pakistan. We'll discuss that this technology implementation in research institute also. So I will start with the first question with Dr. Munir, that as you have experience working in the different companies in Pakistan as well as abroad, what technology have you been adopted till now, and what technology you want to adopt for having a faster approval, not only in Pakistan and as well as abroad?
Hello. Yeah. So thank you, Raksa. In fact, as you just mentioned, that I've been working with the industry over the last 40 years, and I worked in the multinational companies as well as in the local companies, and I've been interacting with the drug regulatory authorities in Pakistan and partly in Europe also, because my last assignment was in France, and I was looking after, although it was a nutraceutical company which I was looking after, there was another company which was part of my group company, that was Pharma, so I had little exchanges there as well. So as I see, the pharma industry in Pakistan had huge transformation. Since I joined industry and till today, you can see the transformation, what was the ratio of business between the local and multinational companies, and how this has been transformed into a taking greater leverage of the technologies and the skilled labor manpower. The company has gone long way since then. The main thing was because it was our need to have the technological advancement in the industry, without which we cannot succeed. So companies have been forward-looking to the greater extent. There's been new generation coming up of the entrepreneur who were taking care of the long-term business needs. But we were seeing that the pharma regulatory agencies were lagging behind, and there was not much development in their ranks. So over the last 7-8 years since I was working out of Pakistan, now when I came back and I have discussion with the colleagues here and the regulatory agencies, I've seen that they have made quantum leap, and there has been system which has been introduced in the central level as well as provincial level, which is giving great leverage to the industry to get this process of research to the commercialization at a faster pace. So I have come to know that the central DRAP authorities has automized all the things, and almost everything is now online. So all the documentation for drug manufacturing licenses, registration, variations, everything is going through the system, which is a good thing. Similarly, I have come to know that on regional basis, all import-related matters have also gone into the online submissions, which is also something very good. The main thing which I feel now, and I question this also to my colleagues, is there a turnaround time? To me, that is very important, that once we are getting into the, taking this leverage of the technology and everything is getting into online, so there should be some timelines for each activity which we are submitting to the authorities. So I think now this is the time that we should press upon to the authorities that they should have some timeline given for each activity which we are submitting our documentation, or whatever approvals are required from the authorities. They should have some binding on themselves also, so that they can expedite this process, and based on that we can move further ahead. So that is what I think, I feel the way things are moving at present in Pakistan.
Very well covered, but you know what I want to be hear from you, that what technology adoption for industry side you suggest, because you worked in Europe, what they adopted and what we require for it, that if you share with our team members, they will get some benefit.
See, mainly this is what I just mentioned, that DRAP has everything online now. Basically, when you go for the pharma industry, there's a manufacturing license, then it's a registration, then there's a dossier submission, CTD format is there, and then obviously there's some variations. So if these all things are online and through that systems, so this provides ease of getting business done on speedy pace. So basically, I think those are the main things which are required. And then the material, because our industry is mostly import-based. So those things, when we get those through the technologies, obviously this is going to help industry to speed up process, and our speed to market will increase.
Great. Yeah, Dr. Rima, you are working with different international, agencies such as WHO and USP and other agencies. So what exactly they are looking for as the Pakistan industry? They have to implement which technology? So could you please share?
Thank you very much, Dr. Shahnawaz. This is very important question, and mostly as a consultant, I observe that Pakistan pharmaceutical industry is lacking far behind for the data integrity, digitalization, and innovations in their processes. So when WHO and PEX auditors came here in the Pakistan, what are the major deficiencies? The major deficiencies are data integrity. So how we can how we can manage the transparency in our data by utilizing the advanced technology, IT, softwares, digitalization, and innovations. In say for example, I am taking the example of temperature and humidity monitoring. It's such a simple method that how you monitor the temperature and humidity in the manufacturing areas. Still in many companies, there is a one person responsible for taking the manual reading in the logbook, in the registers. So most of the auditors are feeling very suspicious about this, that this is not transparent, the data can be changed, this is not the data integrity. So this is very simple and cheap method that you can use some sensors with the software which can automatically recording the temperature and humidity day and night. So what's the big deal? So we should move. This is only a simple method, but you can move by having the IT softwares. Day before yesterday, we were discussing about the LIMS, that Laboratory Information Management System. So most of the quality control testing laboratories are having the manual entries, manual data, sample ID, and something like this. If you are using the LIMS, if you are validating the softwares, infrastructure, your data should be stored on the cloud system. Okay, so which is more preferable, easy to access, there is no IT infrastructure requirement, there is no maintenance requirement. So these are the things you can easily adopt and expedite your processes. Your data transparency will be very obvious to the DRAP, to the international auditors and something like this. So the international inspectors wants the data integrity nowadays. So I think by having the most advanced technology, IT infrastructures, and more use of AI in your processes, you can excel in the export country.
I agree to your point, because once you face any FDA or PICS or EU inspection, the 40–50% of the inspection is only for the data integrity. So you are talking about 21 CFR Part 11 compliant thing. So what do you recommend or suggest that how the industry will take up this thing, because this is unfamiliar in Pakistan pharma industry?
Actually, this is a very big topic, and you know that hardly few people know the complete requirement of the 21 CFR Part 11. Because when we talk about some technical persons, they know the terminology 21 CFR Part 11, but they don't know how to implement this. So there is a need. The first step is capacity building, train the technical person, how we can inspect, audit, and implement the 21 CFR compliance systems in our organizations. One thing. The second thing is that, like if we are procuring the software, even the testing software or for the manufacturing process, is there any software? So how we qualify that? There is a GAMP requirement, there is a change, requirements are changed, but nobody knows that if we are storing the data on the cloud, there is a requirement for the cloud certification also. So we need to educate ourselves. We need to we assess them how to implement this one. So industry need to know this most important sector for the 21 CFR compliant.
I agree. I completely agree. Dr. Raza, you know, you are leading one of the prestigious institute, research institute, and you know the market size of the R&D sort of research institute are huge. Is a $1 billion market. But unfortunately, in Pakistan, there is no collaboration between research institute and industry, and you know, because the resource issue, pharma industry, they don't want to invest that investment in the equipment as well as the intellectual. But other side way is that the research institute, they are doing their work, and that is the invention, not innovation. So Pakistan require innovation. So how do you have any plan to do some innovative work with the any pharma industry, and which type of technology you want to look for it?
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Shahnawaz, for raising such an important topic. Yes, this is true that the academician and our institutions, they do not have that much interactions with the industry as it should be. And there are several reasons for this. The first reason is our policies. The policies of the government in the academic institution is not innovative oriented. We need to change the policies at the government level. Let me give you one example that in order for an academician to be promoted from assistant professor to associate professor, what is needed there? Only publications are needed there, not products, not innovative products, not ideas. If you have published 10 research articles in international journals, then you will be promoted. But if you have prepared 10 products and have earned millions and billions of dollars, you would not be promoted. So in that case, it's really necessary that we should change the policies of the government. We should work on that. So in order that our own professors and researchers in the research institute should work with the industries. That is the one that is what is the basic reason. That's why our professors are reluctant. And second is that our own industries, they actually, since I'm working with many of them very closely, so most of them, they do not have trust on our researchers, and it is rightly so. The reason is that our researchers are more concentrated on building their careers, and due to the policies of our governments, they are not like working to bring products to the market. So that is another issue. Another important point which I would like to raise here is that this world is changing, and from I think next 10 years onward, from today to 10 years onward, then there would be products. All these products, many of them will be obsolete, and many nanomaterial will be there in the market. And in our industry, in Pakistan, no one is working on nanomedicines, and that is the future. So we should look to the nanomedicines area, like our friends from Consulate General from Iran was here, and I was just discussing with him that in Iran there are several nanomedicines in the market, but in Pakistan there are not even a single one. So we should also think about investing on nanomedicines, because that is the future for our industry. And if we are lagging behind on that, then we will be relying on China and India. We would be just importing products from them, and then we'll be giving to our population. So that's what is needed, the nanomedicine. And third area which I would like to mention is the involvement of technology and the clinical research. In Pakistan, unfortunately, in the clinical research, we are still very much lagging behind, and there are, I think, 3 to 4 main reasons for that. We are reluctant to adopt the technology like in the international scenario. Now virtual clinical trials are there, and in Pakistan we don't have, and there is a need, because if you conduct virtual clinical trial, then you will save a lot of time and a lot of money. That is what is one of the need of the day. The second is our regulatory framework. We need changes in our regulatory framework. It is very old and conventional one, and time consuming. Like in Jordan and in even UAE, you can get approval of a bioequivalence studies or clinical trial in a month time. while in Pakistan, unfortunately, you need 1 month for your ethics committee, IRB, then 2 months from National Bioethics Committee, and then in case of DREP, you cannot predict. So it means that if you just submit a protocol, it will take 6 months till you get approval. And for the pharma industry, 6 months is a huge time because the market scenario, nature, business model is changing in the 6 months. They would never, I have experienced this myself with many companies in Pakistan. So that's what we need to change. Like in Pakistan, this is the only country where you have 2 ethics committee. One is the local one, the other is the national one. Why there is a need for the National Bioethics Committee? If there is one ethics committee is just giving you approval, then it should be like as they are in all over the world, even in the European countries and in the United States, if you get approval from one ethics committee, so why there should be, you should wait for 2 months for the National Bioethics Committee. So this is, if these are some of the hurdles which are removed at the first place, then you can move forward and then you can think about the technology. Even we are unable to just streamline our policies. So we should work on the basic and then we can think about adopting the technology. We are trying, like I have led a few clinical trials in Pakistan and many bioequivalence studies in Pakistan. We have adopted the latest technology, but still we are not able to just catch that pace. We are not able to just compete with the international organization. And the reason is not that we do not have the capacity, we do not have the that kind of visions, and we do not have that kind of resources. The main reason is our policies and the regulatory framework, which we need to work on, and we would have to change it if we would like that the products from Pakistan should be there in the market. So we need to just change the basics. Then the products will come up, and we would have more products in the market, and we would have more active collaboration with the industry, and there would be then, like as other countries. Unfortunately, in Pakistan, a professor cannot form a company, while all over the world, every professor is having their own startup company. They just prepare product and give it to the industry. So if we need to just follow those steps. We need to, if we do not want to just adopt our own, we should look at to the developed countries, what they are doing, what are their policy. We should just get an idea from there and just implement in Pakistan, and that is what that I would say that is the main reason that we are lagging behind.
Very well said, and very candid feedback you have given to your own institute. That's very good, excellent. And we'll come back to you on for this topic for the next question. My next question is with Dr. Muni, that having the working in the pharma industry, in which scope you will see that which is the more lacking in technology adoption in pharma industry, seeing the Pakistan different companies that.
I think as Dr. Emma mentioned, that I think the data integrity is the main thing, which is something which we need to look into. And this is, if you want to get into the certification for the developed industry, particularly even in Pakistan, this becomes imperative that without this, we cannot move forward. Then there are the equipment which you are buying, those needs to be meeting the requirements of international requirement. So all the PLC systems, those need to be certified. They should have certification of like 21 CFR as we're talking about. And then their integration within the system so that that data can be compiled. Then the environmental monitoring is very important in the pharmaceutical industry. That needs to look upon, and then we should have data that should be presentable to the regulatory authorities and meeting consistently the required conditions. Likewise, in the quality, they need to have the integrated system where data can be stored and can be maintained securely. So these are the main areas where I think industry need to work upon. Another main, I think, in Pakistan concern is the counterfeit products. So those things, this is between industry and the regulatory agencies, where we need to look into how we are going to improve the conditions so that those counterfeit products doesn't find way in the market. Maybe the fourth thing which I feel is important is the ADR reporting. Perhaps they were working previously on ADR reporting. I'm not sure how far we have gone into that what data has been generated over the years on this, and how we are moving forward on ADR reporting system, and are we publishing some reports on this. So those are the things I will suggest that we have to look into if we want to get into the future industry.
Excellent. Because there are a lot of company owners are here, they want to listen that how much the cost implementation and what efficiency will get it in return. So ROI we can calculate, because if the technology adoption, what you have been witness in your organization after the adoption of technology, what is the benefit they're getting of it?
See, if you look into, like in Pakistan, the labor force is quite cheap. So when you see the tangible benefit between the changing technology from the manual to the like automatic, so we see this on ROI in terms of local labor. But I don't see it. So it's just a labor thing which we should be looking into. We need to get into the forward-looking industry. If we want to get into the forward-looking side, then human error is always there. So it's better to move on to the automatic systems. That will not give immediate return, but in the longer run, we will have assurance in terms of the quality, GMP compliance, and the data which you are getting out of it. So initially, the ROI will not be good, but yes, in the longer run, obviously, it will help technology to grow faster and meet the international standards.
Yeah, you have rightly said, but even in implementation like OE concept in your organization and using technology, you can cut down a lot of labor cost, utility cost, and the ROI could be a very faster way, and the compliance level will be huge a lot. So Dr. Rima, I have a second question from you. How do you think that which technology assessment you have been done in your previous experience, which we have to implement it into an industry part as well as regulatory part?
I have been associated with different type of inspections in Pakistan as well as in Cambodia and Laos. So I observed that whenever you use the technology, either in the research and development, in the manufacturing process, in environmental monitoring, in quality control, whatever, so it will give you the quality, data integrity, as well as the drug safety. So I will give you the one example that in past, before 10 years, companies are using the ampule washing machine. There is a broken process that ampule are washing and then sterilization and depyrogenation in the dry heat sterilizer, okay? Still, in many pharmaceutical companies, they are doing and manufacturing the parental products in the broken operations. So why we are not using the tunnels? Because it give you the one-step solution and prevent the contamination and give you all the records and the data of the temperature and the time and the number of units washed and depyrogenated. Still, companies are designing the building and pharmaceutical unit for the parental products, but they have the broken operations like ampule washing and the dry heat sterilizer depyrogenation. The Cambodia, Laos, and the other countries which were very far behind the Pakistan, but now they have adopted the technology. For the sterility testing, they have the isolators, not the laminar air flows and other things. They have adopted the digitalizations. Even in the compression machine, I was seeing the presentation given by the Romaco, and they have provided all the information of the dies, punches, spare parts, change parts, everything. but they didn't talk about the software, how much tablets produce in an hour, what is the batch size, what was the batch number. If that is incorporated in through the PLC and the software, that will be easy for the manufacturer to record the data automatically in a digital mode. So I have observed that if you are not adopting the technology, advanced technology, either it is IT related, either it is manufacturing side, you will be not complying the regulatory requirements. AI is also used in the research and development. Data integrity and data analysis is being used by the software, and the blockchain implementation in the supply chain management, data transparency, and there are many regulatory softwares. RegTech is the name of the software. So through the ministry, in the manufacturing side, in the machine side, you can use the digitalization softwares and the validation of the software. So it will give you the, reduce the labor cost, reduce the time for the processes, and enhance the safety of the product. So I think that we should move for the digitalization, and prior to this, we have to be very aware about the use of this software, because using the software is also having the challenges and data integrity and security. So we should know about all these challenges and should move for the advanced technology.
You rightly said that there are two things which is, I understood that. One is that technology will not give only a regulatory approval, that it also give a lot of per pack cost reduction. Because we have a broken operation, and once you have a broken operation, your per pack cost is very high, because in Pakistan the most expensive thing is utility, and your processes are even longer than you are spending, you are investing money on nothing. So broken operation always give a a lot of demerit, including regulatory approval problems. And the second thing what you have been said, that the CSV thing, computer system validation, yeah, that is very essential for the pharma industry, that they must know, and they must have some training certification, that the people must know the CSV thing. Dr. Raza, I have one question which came from your discussion, that you talk about a CRO thing, sort of thing, that in the world Jordan has the edge, that they have a CRO who are making $1 billion business. Same like India, same like in Malaysia, same like in many countries they have. Even they are small country, they do not have a number of subjects. Pakistan are very well sufficient people. We have a lot of subjects, 230 million, and the poverty level is that everybody wants to do become a subject. In the developed country, it's very difficult to get a subject. Or here, I think so easily we can get it. But we have the easiest way to get generation of revenue from our research institute, that is the contract testing laboratories. Unfortunately in Pakistan, we don't have a single laboratory which is accredited by the PICS or EU or WHO or FDA. That even in Singapore, there are the small laboratories. People, companies send their sample for testing. For one sample cost is $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. How many number of packs we make it, after that we got a profit of $50,000? You know that. So, do you have any plan that because your lab are very well equipped, those labs which have the billions of rupees investment on it, instead of going with the CRO, which will be a little tricky, you are right, is the paper based, we have to go for paperless, and the approval time and other things also, the statistics also very, very important for the CRO thing. Why the institute are not thinking about the a quality lab where the sample will not come from Pakistan, it will come for sample from Europe, US, and many other part of the. I sent the sample to Singapore a lot of time for submission for the US FDA. Please share your thought.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Shahnawaz. Yeah, this is again very important in the sense our institute is one of the best in this part of the world in terms of research and training graduates. So actually the mandate of our institute from the government is to produce top quality graduates in order to serve the industry. But in the last 5-6 years, when I took over as a charge of UNESCO chair and also nanotechnology head, so then what we initiated now, the laboratories of that standards, which is required by the international organizations, like we have very good forensic laboratory which is accredited by most of the organization. Similarly, our analytical facilities are also accredited by the WHO. So whatever the testing in our analytical laboratories are conducted, it is accepted by the WHO, and we have conducted many such kind of testing which you refer. Our weak point is our marketing. We are unable to market our facilities since it's again a government organization, so there are many bureaucratic hurdles which is hampering the progress of our laboratories. But after all, in spite of all these hurdles, we were the only institute in the country where we were conducting from day first we were conducting like 5,000 COVID-19 tests in 24 hours because at that time there were no laboratory in the Pakistan to conduct such kind of testing, and we initiated a mass scale of testing. Similarly, we were the only, I think second after NIH, we were conducting and establishing the strain of the COVID-19 which were coming to Pakistan. Similarly, we were the first laboratory in the country which conducted full human genome sequencing, and now with that research centers, we are just now connecting diseases to the genetic level in order to find out the pharmacogenomics of the diseases and relate that to our population. So that's how we are doing. But I think in Pakistan we need many more centers like this. And again, since it's a government organization, so we are forced to stick to our mandate. But still, in order to sustain our facilities, we initiated these kind of activities in order to earn some money for our equipments for the graduates, because we are giving scholarships to all the PhD. We are having now more than 600 PhD students in our center. So, and every one of them are getting scholarship, and these scholarships are coming from our self-generated incomes which we are earning. With the clinical trials, we were very good. As you mentioned that in the CRO case, again Pakistan lost a huge capital in this last, I think, in the middle of 2023, and the reason was that our clinical study committee was not there. Even our centers had a clinical trial of more than $10 million. Similarly, NIH was having more than $50 million trial. They were just gone at that time, and it was not due to anything, but it was that the clinical study committee was not there in place, and it was in the vacuum. So nearly for 9 months there were no approval and no clinical study committee. So we lost the trust of the international pharmaceutical industry who came to Pakistan to conduct clinical trial with us. So that's why I just emphasizing that we should work on our regulatory framework to more robust and more friendly towards the industry and to the academia. So that's what I would say.
Very well said. So I am going to sum up our panel discussion and summarize that what we have been learned. There are the 2-3 things which I would to share before the closing this session, that Pakistan has a lot of advantage in pharma industry because we are not that developed, but we are developed, in pharmaceutical. So the competition which we have not in Pakistan, outside Pakistan. So in those countries where we do the export, the Indian reputation, the neighboring country reputation is not that good because India has A, B, C, 3 type of company, and most of them, these countries, they work only for C type of company. So our pharma industry, if they will adopt the technology, bring the technology and faster registration with having the advantage of the first entry, we can get a lot of export from our side. As well as when we have export, now that every country, every regulatory agency, they want to do the inspection. So we can start our export, but it's a matter of time after 2-3 years. If we not adopt the technology, if we not enhance or revamp our facility as well as our capacity and capability of human asset, surely this will be a big challenge for Pakistan industry.
Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Sahab, मेरा particularly question आपसे है because you are conducted a very good session. My question is, as you've been working in the FDA and been associated with that, for example, right now we have a sizable industry and growing industry. We're exporting to many countries, but yet not filing any NDA in US FDA. What are the particular requirements, like enabling software to file to the US FDA and filing molecules and the cost and the timelines? What is your vision? If you can share with the people, they start with the things of list, so that at least we should file few basic molecules with the FDA. Thank you.
You know that world pharma market is around $1.3 trillion. Only US is $550 billion market. So going in US means that any company who is entered to a US means it becomes $100 million for one molecule. It's a very good question, but it requires a lot of things which we have to start from the scratch, especially for our human asset, human, intellectual here. Because FDA or going with the FDA or Europe, you require from scratch, you have to do the R&D point of view. You must have a good R&D product. It has to be bioequivalent product. It must be, when you start your thing, you have to select carefully your partners, not only partner with the API as well as excipient. You must have a DMF grade, a person who will file the API in US, then it can be trigger for your, reviewing your ANDAs. So I don't think so is a difficult thing, because when I went to Malaysia, there was no company was US FDA, and that was the first one. But we have to see that we have to invest in a right way. Only 2-3 molecule or 5 molecule in US can give you $500 million, revenue. So the total infrastructure, we have to keep away with the two side of market. One is ROW, one is US and SRA, because the benefit and the profitability in the US is huge. So it must have some structure, research center where you have to work for those molecule which are high niche molecule. Because if you have a 2-3 different type of dosage submission. One is the NC sort of thing, NC-1 sort of thing, which are highly extensive investment required, because API very expensive. Your partner you have to select a very difficult thing. Second is the volume based, and third one CGT sort of thing. In CGT are those molecules which are very, very difficult and very less player. For example, like is one molecule which have $3 billion in US, and they have a 20 player, including Sun, Dr. Reddy's, or Aurobindo. You have to fight with them. Going with the $100 million molecule, where the only one product is there, you can get 5% on 10%. Its first 6 months means you can generate $10 million. But your question is right. Somebody have to take a lead, and we have to go for at least try for US FDA. If you will get a US FDA, you can get tender from across the globe. Only if, taking the one product, but your overall plan and overall product portfolio will be benefit for your export also. Thank you very much for all panelists. You have been shared your thoughts, and thank you very much for all of them.